Okay. So, did everyone get a chance to look at our meeting minutes from last time? They discussed the school safety plan. We heard from Queens Community House. We had a brief discussion of our Title I funds. We discussed the parent survey, our treasurer's report, and then we adjourned. Any changes to the minutes? Okay, minutes passed as written. If you take a look at our agenda this morning, we are going to, next is our principals report, then we'll do our safety town hall, our Title I report, the president's report, treasurer's report. We can discuss old business, new business, and then we'll be done. Would anyone like to propose changes to the agenda? Okay, agenda passes as written. So then, again, thank you all for coming. For Spanish translation, we have our live translation here. But if you need more translation or spoken translation, please let us know. I need a translator to translate that. Just that if you need spoken translation instead of written translation, to let us know.
Si necesita que le traducen en español verbalmente, por favor díganos porque si no se puede ver la traducción aquí en el screen, en la pantalla. Y si no lo puede ver, por favor, véngase para enfrente. Gracias. I don't know if that's exactly what I tried.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So then our principals report.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
Happy Reading Wednesday. Welcome.
Sorry, we have two mics for you. Okay. Thank you, thank you. And this is a talk to you. That's all right. Okay.
Perfect. Good morning, everyone. I just want to say thank you for coming this morning on the rainy day. For our principals report, I was just looking at the minutes from the last time we were approved for our safety plan, which is very important. We just did a safety drill yesterday, which was the drill that we did yesterday, the evacuation drill, which we used to call fire drill. Now that's called evacuation drill. This is my last PTA meeting as principal at the age 60. I'm going to really miss your children, your children's teachers, the admin, everyone here. It's just a great school, and you're really lucky to have your children. That's coming from the bottom of my heart. I'm still young at heart, and do I remember being in elementary school like it was yesterday? This is really the most loving environment. I come in here at cafeteria lunchtime. I see how the administration, how the teachers, how the school aides are supporting your children at lunchtime, making sure they eat, getting their second milk, if something fell. Just, students who need help opening their milk or peeling an orange, just the love that goes on in this cafeteria is just overwhelming. And honestly, I never felt such a warmth when I was young. So I really know this is really the best place for your children. As for after school programs, they will be starting up soon. We have the Title III program, which is going to be
today was the second day
for the morning and afternoon.
It's the first day for second grade only. So I would be very
Title III is the ENL funding, English as a second learner funding. So then we are going to have the immigrant after school program starting in January. January, and then we're going to mimic what we did last year. And we did a lot of activities last year. academic, and we really feel that that supported our students with the state exam. We had the teachers of your children actually online with them. I don't know what time we did it. I don't know if it was like 4 to 6 or 5 to 7, but the students came on. They loved having their own teacher. We had Saturday program, the morning, the afternoon. We would always do like, what do we call it? So we did the boot camp, and then we just did like different contests, and it was really fun. And the kids loved having their own teacher, and then sometimes, the kids can't be here on a Saturday or stay after school. So having that option with the remote, we found it was very, very helpful. Do you have any questions for me?
Will that program will be for every class after online?
Yeah, we're going to offer it to every class. So if not as many students sign up, then maybe just say there's 5 teachers on a grade, maybe only 3 teachers want it. Then they could jump into that classroom. We did it with 4th grade last year. What we did was, we did it once a week where the students went into a different teacher for 1 period. And it was actually very fun for them. They didn't have their regular teacher. And they did a particular, reading exercise or whatever that class was for. An enrichment class, a remedial class, that's for 1 period, and the kids liked that as well. So it's probably more or less be your child's teacher, because why wouldn't you want to do that extra work after school, but get the money for it and you get to be home when you're doing it. So probably them.
So my second question for the morning program, what times do we start and when do we start?
Okay, so for the morning programs right now with Title III is from, what's it, the 6:50 to 7:6? 7 to 7? Right. So, but then when we do with the immigrant fund, if we do it with specific funding, because you could get audited. So with the immigrant funding, which really encompasses everyone, we do the same times.
See, right next week, how many kids are there?
Right,
You don't want teachers to see kids.
exactly.
So for now, it's only academic support in the morning. Okay.
Right, and then we do, the mighty mileage in the morning. We used to, the art clubs, we used to do dance, but then the teacher couldn't do it anymore. But the options are here, and we want to hear it from the parents, what you want. So we will definitely, want to do, easily I get distracted. Can you imagine a kid? Love those DJs. They're adorable. So we're here for your students, and we want them to have fun in school. Of course, we want them to be the best readers, the best writers, the best band in the kitchen. But we want them to feel socially and emotionally supported and to have fun. And the students, you have any children in 5th grade? Here? Well, the students in 5th grade, that's a big change for them. They go into middle school. So in 5th grade, we do a lot with them. A lot of activities with them, and get them motivated to come on the 6th grade.
That's my good.
Sure, go ahead.
Silent program was look about recommendation.
You think?
The silent program was be that way recommendation.
For the Saturday program? Well, with Saturday programs, it's usually, we'll take any student. But not everyone wants to come. However, it is nice. It's really an acceleration right before the test, and I really do think it worked because we really skyrocketed with that. Some of the students that we really want to come, we can't get them to come. So we really don't turn anyone away. What did we do last year?
Saturday was from
8 to 11?
8:30 to 10:30. 2 hours virtual.
No, we did it in person too.
But actually we focused on virtual too, but we then had to.
We gotta look at the letters from last year to see the time. The time gets worked out perfect.
3 hours in person.
3 hours in person.
And it's time for band, it's time for ELA.
And we're gonna start getting crazy with that in March. Okay, so in March, probably we don't know the exact date because we have to look at the funding. Right now, I'll be honest with you, the city owes us, what they say yesterday, $780,000? $780,000. Okay, and they don't give it to you all at once. They owe it for students with IEPs, the funding. For those students, every day we are paying for substitute paraprofessionals. Yes, we have many paraprofessionals here. But we also are paying for that are regular salary, right? They're paraprofessional. But then we are paying for some paraprofessionals. That comes out to about $30,000 a month. Okay, so they're supposed to be releasing the money. They only released $40,000 to us. So we had to get on, we had to, CC a lot of people, and I hate to do that, because I'm not, what do you call me, out there? But I know that they're in charge of 40 schools, and we're only one of those 40 schools, but to me, this is my most important place, and my students need to have a paraprofessional with them. If they are on their IEP, have a paraprofessional, 3K and pre-K, it's mandatory by the federal government to have a paraprofessional in that room with them all day. So they have their paraprofessional, but there are many substitutes. And we want to see that done, and we want to get them hired. So yesterday we sent out an email again. They have their 25 days that they did sub, right? We like them. Of course, it has to be that they get along well. The students feel safe with them. They like them. And then they have to fill out, there's a lot of paperwork with Department of Education. Well, it's not like, oh, I want you to be a paraprofessional, you come sub here, I can hire you. There's a lot of vetting process, there's tests that they have to take, to get their certification. So they did say probably before Thanksgiving, or maybe right after Thanksgiving, they may release about $400,000 to $500,000 to us, and hopefully that'll help us. Because we don't want to take any money from the students, supplies and activities that they could do, to have to now pay for paraprofessionals. Understand? So it's a lot going on with the funding, but being tough, we're going to be getting that money, and so we can make sure. One big problem we do have, and that's the last thing I'm going to share, is we do the testing on the computers. We either do Chromebooks or iPads. Right now, the iPads, many of them are outdated. And because they're outdated, the iReady assessments that we take aren't working. So that's a big problem. So we can order 10-pack is about $5,000, $6,000. Can't order individual. And it takes time for them to come, and then you need to cover it, and then you have to insure them. So there's a lot going on. We thought maybe we would switch over grade 2 to Chromebooks, because they do need that practice on the computer. And they're getting older in the 3rd grade, they're gonna be taking the test online, so we would only have to pay for K and 1 for the iPads, but also with the brand new iPads, they don't have the plug for the headphones, and you need the plug for the headphones to take the test. So right now we're reaching out for support for that as well.
Without the plug, they would need Bluetooth headphones? Got it.
Yeah, they're more money.
Yeah.
More money.
And Mariela, I'll just add that the bulk of our meeting today is going to be talking about the PTA money and how we can support additional enrichment programs. So,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
and
Love your children. And you are in the greatest hands with an amazing PTA. So I'm leaving on a high, really high, because our test scores are high. We have amazing trained teachers. We have an amazing family involvement PTA. Raise your hand, Kelly. This is Kelly Kadaka. Kelly was my former student at Middle School 137, and she's being vetted now for a paraprofessional. She absolutely loves it at PS 16.
And Ms. Fox, before you sit back down, the PTA just wanted to give you a little something. Just to show our appreciation. Ellen started at right around the same time that you came to PS 60, and so you are the only principal he's ever known. My only experience on PTA has been with you, Barry.
Take a picture of us.
It's been such a lovely experience. Nothing but good memory.
Yes, and I remember him because of Miss Kelly and him bringing him in the little chick eggs, and she would always talk about him. So it's like yesterday. What grade is he in now?
Second.
It seemed like yesterday when he first came. So it goes by fast. Of course, your children, that
I totally forgot about the eggs.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
My friends make fun of me that I remember everything. When I'm thinking of the word. Sure, oh yeah, when you're talking, it's like. Alrighty, thank you. My mother would say, oh, I look terrible in pictures, but you're talking.
Oh, Ms. Fox, sorry, you're still late.
I don't think.
All right. Anyone online have anything they'd like to add or ask? Okay, I don't see anything, so we're going to move on. All right, so our school safety town hall. Ms. Kelly?
I don't want to stand in front of,
Appreciate it. Yes.
so you guys could see it.
Yeah.
Yes, I need this one.
Mhm. And then this one for in person. Thank you.
All good? Or do I need the microphone? Can you, everyone hear me now? I'm gonna,
Yeah, we'll put that down.
I got the cafeteria voice, auditorium voice, the gym voice. Thank you guys for coming today. Once a year, we always do a safety town hall meeting where we invite the school community to participate in a safety meeting. Monthly, we do one with the staff in the morning and prepare our staff and school for safety conditions, good things and bad things. So when we do an evacuation drill, you get notification that we're gonna do it the week before. So last Friday was sent out via reminds that this week we were doing drills. So yesterday we did an evac drill. After lunch, all the kids go out, they practice what to do if there's an evacuation and we have to leave the building. Tomorrow, there's another one. The school community knows when we're gonna do it. It's not a surprise. Because we want everyone to be better prepared if something arises when now it's out of the blue. We are confident that our students and our staff know what to do. Because they practice. Like I've said since forever. I remember going to school, even teaching here where we had to go into the hall and do a shelter drill. We head down, we never had to use it, but to be prepared is the best thing for everyone. And we do it sometimes when there's parents in the building, just by chance, and they have to come and either evac or lock in to a spot. So the link Cassie's sharing with you, the agenda, or on the agenda, all these links that you'll share with PTA are live links. Those take you to all the information that we use for our trainings. It's parent facing. So when you click on the links, and Cassie, you'll send that out. It's in the feed, and you'll send it on the PTA.
Yep.
Those are all links that gives you all the information if you ever want to see and read more into detail in every language available. And that's just the guide for us here. The safer access system is where you got, if you come here after 9 o'clock, you can ring the bell. They ask for ID, what's your purpose? We want to know. And a lot of times our safety agent, SSA Harry, knows our family. We know our families, but sometimes he's someone that you've never seen. We have to ask, what's your purpose? How can we help you today? So I don't want anyone to be insulted if it's not Carrie or it's not one of us and they don't know you. Because just remember, it's always in the best interest of the students and being safe. You know, we've had families where new people are picking up, they're not on the blue card, we don't know them. I'm not giving that child to grandma who I've never met and it's not on the blue card. We will still go through the channels to protect the kids here. So please, that brings us, and you see the hours from 9 to 2, those doors are locked. During arrival and dismissal, they're open, but they're always staffed by people. Those doors are left unattended, like when we open this door in the morning before arrival, there's a staff member there. and it's only kids coming in. We've had parents for a committee building try to bring another kid in, and I've been there and I'm like, sorry, you gotta go around. And I know who they are, I know the kids, I would love to save them 5 minutes and take them. But for the safety for everyone, that's why those rules for entrance have to, and dismissal have to stay in place.
And they're great because there will be times where I know I'm coming in and they'll tell me to go around. So
around.
even if they do know us, they
Right,
are
and if the
really
staff
good
member
about
lets
following.
someone in and we see them, they'll get in trouble from us, so they don't wanna listen to me. It has to be consistency and the same for everyone. You know, even staff members will try to come in and like go around, everyone's supposed to use the main entrance. And those hours are from 9 to 2. That's when you'll be buzzed in, if you come in, what can we help you with? And, that's that. Number 3 on my agenda, physical photo ID. I know lots of people have their ID on a camera. It's not a legal ID, it's on a camera. We know what technology and AI could do. I've watched my kids make videos of themselves, and I'm like, you would never think it wasn't real. So I'm not trusting someone has a photocopy and that's who they are. It's very easy to change things, so please, when you're coming to school, have the actual physical license. If by chance it's an emergency and you have to come up for your child and you have no ID, and that happens, we'll get the classroom teacher to come down to verify, yes, this is the mom, go right to the nurse's office. We're not gonna prevent, in case of an emergency, someone from coming in for their children, but you still need an actual physical ID. Please, it's a good thing to carry it. If you need a physical ID or need help getting one, please reach out to Maria. We have lots of kids that have their own New York City IDs now. And it's good to have. I always ask my kids, as soon as like they got a permit to drive, your school ID, carry that around with you. God forbid if anything. It's good to have a physical hard copy of its ID for themselves. Okay.
And actually, with the new pictures day, people that we did, that we had yesterday and the day before, every child gets a free ID. And if you opt in, you can register them with like the national, like
Yes.
child registry.
Yes.
Just again, like God forbid anything.
Yes. It's good to have an ID. Put it in your child's backpack, God forbid if anything, and a lot of times when they're younger and they're speaking to a stranger, they're not gonna give that information, but if we're trying to help them and they're shy, it helps trying to play guessing game who they are. Okay, or they could say, this is, my name is first and full name. We have a lot of nicknames for our kids. And then sometimes they're like, who's that? My son is CJ. But when he was in school, his teacher name is Connor Jack, and the teacher's like, Connor, and my son's sitting there, and then they're like, and then they said, what is your name? And he's like, CJ. So never like, so, and that happens when they're little, right? We all have our nicknames. So physical ID for adults and students are very good because what the parents put in the system has to match the license, the ID. All right? Drills, state law, and you see on the agenda, the law from New York State, we're required to do so many drills a year. 12 drills, 8 from September through December. 2 lockdown, soft lockdown drills in the first half, and then 2 in the second half. There's specific times for those events. We can't wait until June to do all these drills, this happens in January. So our soft lockdown drills for the first half of the year are done. Where the kids locked down in the room, we have staff that checks the doors, they know what to hear, we tell them it's gonna be loud, because I'm one of the checkers, and I'm pulling that door hard to make sure it's locked. So the students are aware what to hear. So we have another drill tomorrow, and then we'll have 2 more in December. I know parents are upset, like if it's raining or wet, but what happens if it happens? So everyone's aware and informed when they're gonna be, and we do let our students get their jackets. The teachers know when it's gonna be, but I don't want any students, but they don't want students outside being sick or get with the weather, but they still have to prepare. either way. And then you can see on the link again, online, if you want to go through more, if you have any more questions, you're more than welcome to ask. It is so important to join our Remind. We still have all of our parents not on there. It has to, they have to get onto Remind. A lot of, if something happens, alerts go out the quickest way for you to get information. And I know sometimes it's like one after the other. We try to limit it, and try to do it at certain times. But please join Remind. Please join your student account. My student account is where your children, you're on there from the city. And you can see their report cards. You can see all the important information.
The My Schools.
My school's account.
Yes, well, we did do that day that, parents. That once a month, right, Melton, there's a way that it's being, print out. This we did not, sign up.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe there's something that it's stated to students with their, doing everything, it's parents, something. That's the problem. And then we're in this morning in person.
I mean, we can put it up at the reindeer run, make announcements,
Yes.
make sure you do it right here while you're.
So you should be on two Reminds. PS60 is a Remind, where if we have information from the city, we're sharing that, or the bank in our school, we send out. But then the teacher might have teacher specific, maybe they're doing a special project and they want to invite you to join them in the classroom or when things are due. So you need to be on PS60, individual classroom Reminds. And Marie's always around in the morning, I know she's been here today. And you could let your parents know, stop at 8 o'clock, we're always at the main entrance. If parents have 5 minutes to wait, they need help, we help them. Even with iPads and apps, we'll get people to help them in the morning. So that main entrance is busy, but if there's a question, Maria, one of us, we do address it and try to take care of it instead of wasting the day and then at the end of the day, okay? And you'll see that My School's account is also a live link in the agenda. Does anyone have any questions or concerns about safety or what's going on in 60? And Marie's number is on your agenda, okay, this time, easiest thing is reach out to Maria, shoot her a text. Her phone is going all day, like she's not here today, but we have her, that, it's a PS60 phone.
We find her.
We find her, it's here. When we have to reach, and some parents can't answer phone during the day, and we need to get in touch, we're like, oh, go get Maria, or give us Maria's phone so we can text the parent. Because sometimes it's easier to see it, and then on their end, their phone translates to the language they need. So this cell number is a great number. Your first reach out if you have a question, because Maria will find all of us. If it's grade specific, teacher specific, student specific, to help resolve any issues or concerns, okay? All right, thank you, guys.
Just want to
Yes.
say that the new Oscar is doing a great job.
Yes.
See a lot of, adobo fighting, I mean, they eat, but it's better than previous years, and it does help to have someone that.
Yes.
Because so I'm glad.
I'm glad you see it because I meet once a week with the 102 precinct. We're on a list for a flashing stop sign
Oh, good.
for there. But they put it on, the chief, the captain of the 102, we're on the list. They work very closely with the security guard unit. So they up these security guards as well. So they're pushing, so their safety is important.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully that comes soon, like where it'd be during, or it'd be flashing where people see it. All right? Thank you.
And the corner where there's no stop sign.
The
that-
crosswalk, that's what we're
Yeah.
waiting for.
On 88.
It's
Yeah.
88th and 92nd Street.
I can see I improved from that,
Yes,
I think that will be the.
yes, yeah, we're waiting, we're on the list for that.
Right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions online? Just one comment. I love how secure the front door is now. Please keep it up. Okay, great. All right, so next is Title I.
mean, if you want to stop that. And I checked this morning, we have more this morning.
Morning, everybody. Hi, my name's Andrea. I'm your Title I rep for PS60. So we did speak a little bit about this last month regarding the funds that we have and what Title I is supposed to be used for. So just for briefly, Title I is really used for enrichment for parents in addition to their children. Okay, so whatever we use this money for has to also have some enrichment component to the parents. So last year it was for the resource room. And in addition to that, it was also used to help fund one of the reading programs that the children need for grades through 2, I believe. So this year we have a couple of other options that we want to look into and that we need to vote on so that we can start to allocate the funds in the right direction. So what we would like Title I to be used for, honestly, is to be more of an enrichment program for the children. So if you look at the slide, you can see that we've broken this up into what we really believe the funding should be for. And currently we have almost $5,000 that we can use. That number can change. And I will let everyone know once that happens. Usually it will go up a little bit by the end of December. So
this is the responses from
so
the
for
parent survey.
it looks like we did the parent survey, and this is the breakdown of what people would like us to use the funding for. So if you look at the slide, now 60% of the parents who did answer that survey wanted STEM workshops. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And 20% was for artist residencies. So that's like bringing in an outside organization that might want to help us do an art program or a dance program or an acting program with the school. So we would have to work with them to figure out what would be the best time and how to schedule all of that. But that's another option that we have. And the last 20% was for recess coaches. So more getting teachers or an organization that would come in and help potentially with sports, something in that realm. So we do need to take a vote as to what we would like to do. I'm not sure if everybody is ready to do that right this second. But I think that the sooner we get the information, the better off we are, because we can start to look into specific programs to narrow everything down. Because as it stands, what ends up happening is that we become overwhelmed with the choices as opposed to just narrowing it down to the few. So for what we've asked for STEM workshops, we currently have an organization that Cassie did find that wants to use video games, correct? That's video games as a way to help the kids learn. And in addition to that, they do a parent portion at the end where it becomes more of a competition. And it gets the kids more involved and more engaged in the idea of coding and gaming, etc. It's fun. They enjoy it, and then we can figure out when we can schedule all of that. So that currently is a front runner that we have for that particular program. In regards to artist residencies and recess coaches, we could probably do a per session with one of the gym teachers here, or we can do an outside organization, one that we had already looked into. It was Togetherhood. We looked at that last year, and they were also available for artist residencies. We have other organizations that we can use, but I'm just, for those of you who were here last year, you might remember that, that we had these options, so. Would we be okay with taking a vote today? Is anybody opposed to voting today? Because it should be in person, that's why I asked.
Can I jump into something?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. So. A few things, so if we're voting today, what we're voting on is just the direction we want to take, because there are a couple other steps before anything can happen, right? Which would be finding the organization, discussing it with admin, finding what works, whether it's a program that they want to bring to the school or not. And then if we would book it, move forward. So even if we're voting, it doesn't mean that we're voting on something that will, yeah, it's set in stone. It's the direction that we want these funds to go in, so we can start looking into those programs so that we can book them for the spring. The other thing I wanted to add was, and we will talk a lot more about this in the president's report. There are a lot of grant opportunities that are available to us now that we're a 501c3 that are not available to go directly to the school, but that are available to be used by us for the school and for programs for the students at the school. And so we can fund a lot more of these things outside of the money that we're bringing in for our fundraisers, if these are the kinds of programs that parents are looking for. So really, before we vote on anything else, it is so essential that we hear from you. If you have any opinion at all, you don't want more screen time, don't want video games, don't want esports, don't want, that would be important for us to know now. So we don't look into that. Or if you don't mind that, but you would also be interested in things like art, dance, theater programs. The New York State gave $80 million in arts funding to 501c3s just last year. That's money that's available to us as a PTA to fund things like a theater program, bringing in additional staff either before or after school. Those are things that are available to us, but we need to know what is important to you. What are the kinds of programs, if in your wildest dreams, you would want us to look into so that we can do that work. Andrea can tell you, I am constantly in meetings with organizations and grants, foundations, trying to see what is available to us. So please let us know so we can focus that work.
I like the idea of the but if you say about the games, they have very a lot of because of the data, there are a lot of it, even you get how to even sometimes how they so I would like something more like they are involved with the hands, and so I don't think that would be a possibility.
So there are options. So the reason that we were talking about the video games specifically is because there is an initiative in New York City to bring esports to the city. And so there are in every level of schooling, elementary, middle, and high school, there are esports teams that compete within that level. So there's an elementary esports league that competes against each other. There's a middle school league, there's a high school league. And because all of the students in the school are one-to-one devices, it would be very easy to launch a program like that. We don't need additional equipment. Every student has a charge device that they bring to school every day. And there's funding in the city for this program already. The curriculum is free. It would be it's a very easy first step in a STEM program. Plus this company that we were connected with through the parent that built our website is the company that runs that tournament at the end of the year for the esports across the city. So they are very familiar with the program. They would be able to run it very easily. And in terms of how much it costs, it's quite affordable. So the family game night is something that he just wants to gift to us. And he said he would be willing to do that in December or January, just as something fun to introduce. He would bring all of the gaming equipment. Parents could come play with their kids. It's just something to bring them together. And then we were hoping that as a PTA or Title I, we could use some of our funds to talk to the teachers, print out additional games that then the kids could bring home with them. So if your kid is in first grade, for example, and they're working on sums up to 10 with fluency or kindergarten sums up to 10, maybe we can work with the kindergarten teachers, print out games that then those kids could take home and be working on the academics as well. So we can combine both, have a really great community building activity, but also then, support the academic learning that we're doing and bring esports at the same time. So it would really be, combining all of these things. And he would do that for us for free, just to help, because he's introduction, the relationship building. For the actual esports, if we wanted to do that, because they are a DOE vendor, we would have to talk to admin about what they're comfortable with, but they would do the program themselves. We wouldn't need additional staff per session with the kids, but for 30 kids for 10 weeks, it's $16.50. For 60 kids for 10 weeks, it's $2,300. That's a lot of kids that we could do this esports program with. And they're not just learning how to be on a team and do esports, which they would be doing, but they'd also be learning coding, all of that too. So that would be one option, but we could also go in the more engineering direction where they would be doing things like, challenges, every week, or working together as a team to build and solve a problem and all of that. Even with the esports, the competition at the end of the year is always based in a real problem that's happening in New York City, and they use Minecraft to model a solution to those problems. So they're doing research, practicing engineering, and then building it online. So it's a pretty robust program, even for Bill.
So it's two separate lanes for the accommodation. Well, utilize and quite along the lines of just what are the.
There is a world where we could bring every program to the school. We also found a music program in the neighborhood in Richmond Hill. Sorry, I'm blocking translation. Whose entire mission is just to bring instrument rentals to students in Title I schools. They also provide free curriculum, and we know that there are teachers in the building that are interested in music programs. And so that would be something that we could bring.
That would require somebody to teach.
It would require somebody to teach them. And so we could, but like I said, there are music grants, there are tons of foundation grants that are available to us. Once we know the programs that parents are interested in, we can start looking into those, bring a proposal to admin, and then, move forward from there. So, Priscilla? No.
No.
Yes, it would have to be optional because our school's too big. We can't accommodate every single child.
On the market, time learn that program, like what could still be valuable.
Yeah. If, for example, Wildest Streams, we were able to fund a theater program, a music program, the esports and engineering and whatever. The way it worked last year with the morning programs was you picked which of the available programs your child would prefer, and you stayed there. So yes.
That was gonna be my question, when you have the availability for
Yes, but again, it wouldn't, especially at the beginning, since we're just building out programs for the first time, it couldn't be available to everyone. Even that 60 kids is only 60 in a school of almost 1,000 kids. And if students' priority is the academic programs, that would have to be the priority for the morning, right? If you're in the ENL program, if you're in the academic program, that has to be the priority over enrichment. And yes, even the esports company has an academic program. So if we wanted them to come in, for example, and support math instruction through esports, we can do that too. But if test prep is the priority for that student, it's got to be the priority for that student. And we have to
How the selection will be matched? There's too many.
We would have to work with admin and figure out what the, yeah.
With some
Right.
like,
I mean, last year with the morning programs, it was that teachers nominated a number of kids. Those families either opted in or not, and then the teachers were able to offer more. Again, once we know what our interest level is, then we can do more. I cannot underestimate how much money is sitting, waiting to be grabbed. And we need to know what I mean, even I enrolled myself in a grant writing workshop so that we can try even more to get the grants that we're applying for. Like the money is there, and there are schools and people all over the city taking that money, and it is available to us. We should be grabbing for it too.
a question for the like a three of
Soccer team, something like that.
yeah, something was like 3 points. Like, I don't know where that they give you how like the chart they stop with you something that they.
Yep, so there are grants for sports and physical education, and that is another area we haven't looked into as much, but we could, if that's a priority. And, you know, we were looking for a basketball team or soccer team, or, you know, that is something we could look into. So if there are other opinions, I mean, now is the time, but during the president's report, we'll share that parent survey again. If you haven't done it, please give that to us. I think there's just, again, let me just repeat that the funding that we have for Title I is obviously not gonna be able to do, all of the things that what we would be able to do if we got a grant, right? But though that Title I funding, if we don't use it, we lose it, right? And the faster we're able to, make a decision or begin to start looking for, programs, the better off we are. We only have about $5,000 to spend, so I do want to be very realistic in what Title I funds can do. But if and when we can start getting grants, it'll be a completely different ballgame, and we would literally just be supplemental, and that would be amazing. So I just want you to keep that in mind with, as of right now, what the reality of what can happen. So specific to Title I, every program that we choose will have to have some parent enrichment component to it in order for us to be able to use it and use it the way it's meant to be used. So just wanted to leave you off with that. But there's also a lot of creativity that can be put into that as well. So like we said, that if we wanted to do that family game night, for example, we can use Title I funds. We're double checking, but we believe we can use Title I funds for things like printing out games that then families could take home to practice academics at home, right? Or we could purchase things that parents could then take to have more engagement at home, practice socialization, and the academics at home with their children. So, you know, there's some flexibility there. So are there any opinions? Hands-on STEM and art and physical education. Teams. Okay.
But I also have to be realistic, or beneficial as you think, the amount of money that you can function.
Yes.
Is I am prone because I do function.
Yeah.
Well, the STEM program, like she said, if we did something with STEM and it did also have a screen time component and then a physical component, or they have to do something as a build first before they can put it out onto, you know, onto a computer. That's important. And then when you build into that, like she said, something that we can do to help the younger grades that might not qualify to be able to use that, to send packets home for parents to help them. That all works. So, you know, and we're also not looking to work in isolation, right? Like the point is to partner with what exists already in the school. And we are lucky enough to have a STEM teacher. Why wouldn't we try to integrate, right? So, all right. So then I think the vote is, well, are we okay to move forward with
Title I and PTA partnering to start looking into what these programs are so that we can present them in December and vote in January. That sounds good?
I agree.
Okay, okay. Awesome. All right, thank you. All right. Anything online? Sorry. Okay. All right, so then I'm gonna go right into the president's report and I'm gonna move through it pretty quickly. So in October, we had a very busy month. We had, so between last PTA meeting and this PTA meeting, we had our equity park cleanup, which was great. We had about like 30-ish, 40 people come out. We had, I think it was like 15 of them were students. 22, thank you, Phil. 22 kids come out. It was great. Everyone was out there cleaning up leaves, cleaning up trash. We had, who was it? Which office? Raj Kumar. So, we had Raj Kumar's office there and Parks Department were there. It was great. And we're hoping to do another one around Earth Day-ish time, April. That would be wonderful. We also participated this year in the Halloween walk. We had our first Halloween boutique. It was great. The students really loved it. Parents loved that they could shop with their kids. It was great. It was wonderful. It was very cold, very windy, but it was excellent. Thank you. I forgot this. We also had our first election day bake sale. We've never done a bake sale on election day. That also went very well. We won't be able to do one for another few years because next election day is very poorly attended for Congress elections, but it was great. We met a lot of people in the neighborhood. We got a lot of donations from people who didn't want to buy anything, just wanted to support the kids and the PTA. And we had a PS60 alum come help sell that day, also for her high school service requirement. And then the last 2 days were picture day, and we went with a new company this year, not new-ish to us. We used them many years ago, and they were wonderful. Everything went so smoothly. They really tried their best to make sure that every student got a good picture. If they weren't sure, they even showed the picture to the student and asked them, would you like me to take another one? It was wonderful. We were hoping to hear feedback from all of you once you receive your pictures, and hopefully we can go with them again in the future. Picture retake day will be February 4th, and that will also be when 5th grade graduation pictures are taken. It will also be when sibling pictures can be taken. So if you have more than one student in the school, you wanted to take a sibling picture, you can do that on February 4th. And then, finally, upcoming in December, Ms. Kelly, you said 18th and 19th is the reindeer run. This year, the school will be splitting the reindeer run into 2 days. The first day, December 18th, is a Thursday for 3K through 2nd grade. The reindeer run will be on the 18th, and then for 3rd through 5th grade, the reindeer run will be on the 19th. And this year, the PTA will be having our holiday boutique at the reindeer run. So we won't have a separate holiday boutique in early December. It will be the 18th and 19th at the reindeer run. So the reindeer run is the Halloween walk / what used to be the turkey trot, but in the school building.
So last week, the turkey trot, and then the Halloween walk, and reindeer ride. It's 2 weeks, someone in here told them that they couldn't take off that many days. So we
Do you mind coming a little closer for Zoom?
We got rid of the turkey trot and kind of combined it with our Halloween, with the reindeer run. And last year, because of weather, we got brought into here and it wound up being so nice. Parents loved it. It's hard for parents, families to get everyone together with their kids to take pictures. So what we did last year, we set up a little, scenery, photo booth type of thing in the center of the gym, and then on the wall, we'll do the same thing. And now I'll give parents more time to spend with their kids here. We'll have the boutique table set up. For each grade, we'll have more time. We'll do hot chocolate again. We'll do other snacks that we'll sell. And then we'll have all the stuff up so you guys can take pictures with them, your kids. The classes will take, it's a nice event. Their reindeer run, they will still be walking around for a little bit and then time together. We also, a flyer will be going out, I believe either today or tomorrow. We had two fifth grades, they're both in fifth grade, the artists. I believe they were both in fifth grade. Drew shirts, drew a reindeer run picture and they were selected. So we're selling, I know, not for any other reason, just to get reindeer run shirts. We're not making any money on them, we're selling them at cost. And two students won and their artwork is on the shirt. One on the front, like a PS60 logo, but it's the reindeer run. And then the back has another picture created by another student. There'll be red t-shirts, and the flyer will be go out before, so we can have them for reindeer run. So if parents and kids want to wear them that day with their pictures, it'll be a nice event. So that should be going home either today or tomorrow.
Okay, great.
For the t-shirts.
Put that on.
Yeah, for two fifth graders, I forget. Do you remember who won? So everyone in the art department worked with their classes to create a reindeer run picture, scene, and like they were voted on, and we have two winners. There was actually like five, and we were only usually one. And so this year we decided to do front and back, so we get two winners. So they came out very cute. So it'll be a red t-shirt. Kids' t-shirts are $15, and that's at cost. We're not making any money. And adults are $18. Adult sizes cost more money for the t-shirts. So it's 18, and then if you get 2X or 3X, it's $2 on top of that. But you'll send them home, send them the money, we'll get them ordered.
Great, and then I will also add that at the reindeer run, if you ordered a t-shirt at the Halloween walk, you'll be able to pick up your parent shirt at the reindeer run. And we'll also be selling the parent shirts at the reindeer run also. Are there any questions about any of last month's activities or the upcoming reindeer run? We will need volunteers for the reindeer run. We usually need 5 or 6 people per day for the boutique. And with all the parents there, we might even need more, though 5 or 6 was what we needed at the Halloween walk, and it was great. So if you're available.
How long is it?
Miss Kelly, how long will the reindeer run be? From 8:30 till? Okay.
Do they actually?
Okay, so similar to the Halloween walk, each grade is given a time slot.
Right, like mine.
They'll walk around in the gym and then they'll be like, if parents come, they'll have time with their parents to walk around all of the booths at the gym, in the gym, sorry, take pictures at the photo booths, and then they'll go back with their teacher. But if you're asking to volunteer, 8 till about 12:30. And if you haven't done the parent survey, please do the parent survey. You can answer the questions in any language. We can read it, don't worry. So please, if you haven't done the parent survey, scan it. It also went out on Remind yesterday. You can click the link in Remind. It's also listed on our website, so you can find it at ps60queenspta.org/parent survey. It's on our website. Any questions before we move on? Online, any questions, comments? Oh my goodness. Okay, Helen, sorry, just saw. Okay, great. You like those ideas for Title I? All right, treasurer's report. Guy go too far. I need to see. Sorry. Okay. That's good.
Hi, everyone. It's Andrea again. So, I just wanted to let you know where we started versus where we are. So at the end of September, we were at $3,190.29. So we brought in $398.57 from T-shirt sales and the Halloween Walk Boutique. Parent donations this month were $346.94. This includes the donations that were for bake sales, in addition to also envelope donations that we received. We got our sponsorship money from World of Discovery from the September Back to School Bash. So that money came in and we deposited that in October. And the Penny Showdown, we made $3,989.46. It's an amazing fundraiser. And then the Discovery Day Bake Sale, we brought in $617. So a lot of the money or a lot of the majority of things that were sold and bought for Discovery Day were all parent donations. We spent very little, almost nominal amounts of money for about $50 that was spent just on getting plates, cups, etc. But nothing for what was sold that day. So in total, it was $8,842.26. Give me just one sec. Isn't moving. Oh snap! No. No. Oh, the treasury report? No.
My question, the public was like,
600.
and how much was on the? How much was on?
Election day?
Election day, we didn't make as much.
Something.
Yeah, we made about it was about $300 once we did.
That include.
No, but that's November, so the November numbers aren't up. This is strictly just October. So in real time, I don't have.
Like how much would be?
I didn't do a year-to-date one, for this particular PTA meeting. I just did the one for October, so we know exactly where we ended in October. But, well, I'll have the year-to-date one for December, definitely, in addition to what we did for November next month. So then for park cleanup, we did spend $97.43 on supplies, leaving us with a total of $8,744.83 that was made, or that we have in our budget for October. Thank you.
Any questions? Any questions online? Just remember, $8,000 sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot. We have a lot of allocated funds that don't include any of the enrichment things that we hope to do. We help fund graduation costs. If we want to have the carnival at the end of the year, we are nowhere near what we need to bring in if we want to still do those things. So we're doing wonderfully, but we're not where we want to be yet. Okay, also, I will say just something else to keep in mind, and I will say this again because it is so important. Even for things like the carnival, there are grants that we can use for community building in the neighborhood. For projects like that, that we can be reaching for to help us cover the costs of things like the end of year carnivals. We also, and so if you are interested in either helping to organize future events like the carnival, game night, any of that, please let us know. But additionally, if you are interested in helping us with grant writing, even if you don't think you would be good at it, but you are home, this is a great activity to do. If you're home, you can't come to school very often. Grant writing is something that we can help you with, and it is such a huge need for us at the moment. If you're available, especially folks online, if you're available to help with grant writing, we're going to have a meeting in December to start talking about it, make a plan, and go from there. All right, any other finance, treasure, anything? You need a personal grant. Yeah, understood. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that reminds me, one other thing we wanted to ask. There is one of the local businesses that came to the back to school bash. He has a Taekwondo studio. He runs Richmond Hill's Best after school and Richmond Hill's Best summer camp. Coach Pedro, I met with him. He is wonderful, and all he wants to do is help us meet other local businesses to try to help us in any way that they can. He has offered to do a fundraiser with us, but we have to gauge interest. It is at no cost to us. All he wants to do is open his space. They are all of his staff is CPR certified and fingerprinted with New York City. And he wants to offer a parents' night out. So what that means is for about $20 per family, $25 per family, we could drop our kids off with Coach Pedro and have about 3 hours to then go do whatever we wish. Go to dinner, have a parent happy hour, anything you'd like. And he would be watching all of the kids. They would do activities, eat pizza, potentially watch a movie. We know that within the officers chat, there are quite a few of the parents that would be willing and eager to use this opportunity. Other schools have raised thousands of dollars with Coach Pedro doing this. And every single dollar that is given to Coach Pedro would come right back to the PTA. So we charge $25 per family. That $25 is coming right to us. He would do this at zero cost to us. But we need to know if this is something that parents feel comfortable doing or want to consider. So any feedback?
What question?
Yes.
What was the name of the school and where we do?
So it's on Jamaica, and I want to say like 114. So not terribly far, but it is in Ocean Park. He's Richmond Hill's Best after school. On
What is the? Okay, so.
I think it's Eagle Taekwondo.
What is the? What is the?
Code, I could tell you. I don't have it off the top of my head. Yeah. No, he's a stranger.
Is it Baka?
I think so.
He was my classmate.
That's amazing.
So I will definitely.
Okay. Any other feedback? Please feel free to tell me no, that's strange and I would not do that. Okay.
Like, what was your question over?
Is this something we should consider doing, or is there no interest? And if we did it, only 3 kids would go.
I think you should put it out to see what it's the people will think. Like as a mom, it's hard to get someone to want to do.
Yep.
But in my case, I so it's
Yep.
different.
Yep.
But also if it's going to come back to us, I have to think how we that. I mean, we have to think that it's happening.
Yep.
Your class.
So he's also offering, I'm going to post it on our Instagram, but he's offering a huge discount all through November. Come see me after, I have it here, I'll show it to you, but yeah, it's in my thing, but he's offering huge discounts and free like trials for everyone for
You know what time is open? So they are that.
not off the top of my head. I believe they open around 9 because that was when I went to see them.
And where should the Instagram page? How can we get it? I think going to the page. So you have to go or?
No, so the integration from Instagram to Facebook, we'll look into it and try to get it fixed. Right now, it's going from Instagram to a personal Facebook instead of to our PS60 Facebook. And we just have to change that integration, but if we can't, we'll just try to do. Right now it's going to Jadi's personal Facebook account instead of the. Yes, yeah. When it's fixed, we'll make an announcement.
But I think what just be saying, Madam Clerk.
Phil?
So, I'll ask my wife, but, yeah, I don't know how.
No, so, per family and no, yeah.
I would get it.
Yeah. Yeah, and like we said, we're, the way that he said other schools have done it is then the PTA also, partners with a local restaurant that offers a happy hour deal or something. Or, and then, all the parents end up at the same place, or you don't have to, go see a movie, go do your own things. Yeah. Well, he told me that one of the schools had a deal with Deja Brew over there. Yeah. And so if you dropped your kid off with him, then you got like a discount at Deja Brew, but then they also gave like 15% of their sales back to the PTA that day. So, we could do a little, we could partner with Pops or Bloom or, like one of the nicer places. A bigger place, right? All right, is there any old business, new business, online feedback? Will you do the babysitting with Coach Pedro? All right. No old business, nothing to discuss, anything new we need to discuss. Okay, join the grant writing team.
But I do not have.
Okay, that would be a question for admin. Miss Kelly, Miss Pisciotti, there was a question about Jim. So just for on Zoom, the question was, one of the gym teachers is out on maternity leave, and so is there a plan in place for a replacement while he's out? There are seven. And so when there are subs, and then those get changed into subs, but there have been some disruptions also due to picture day, things like that, that would stop gym from happening. Can you hear me now? No? Okay. Yeah, it seems like. So online, someone said that it was prior to picture day 2. It seems like if there are subs and they sign on to be subs and the sub is available, then those kids have a sub, but if not, there's no sub. And like today, for example, when I was here, you know, with the flu going around, I saw there were like quite a lot of absences, and so I'm sure that affects where a sub goes and, you know, all of that too.
So with the patient, just to confirm, to get it in, you know, like they're not close to the side, and,
So if you, okay, so the question just for Zoom was about picture day. So if you sent the money in already, you're going to receive pictures. You won't choose. If you didn't send money in yet, if you didn't place an order yet, then you'll be able to go online, look, decide, buy, or do picture retakes. And this company is affiliated with Shutterfly. So there are like tons and tons of options now. And their customer service is great. So if you receive your in-person pictures and you hate them, their customer service is really, really great. I'm sure they'll offer a retake. If they let me know, I will say, I'll let everyone know, but if they don't, I would say just check. I wouldn't be surprised, I haven't checked myself, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was instant or near instant, because every kid, every student that went in told the photographer their name and it was linked to their name right away. So it might even be up, unless you wanted retouching or something like that, but. Yes, so it's one school code. It's not like for the readathon or where it was codes per class. It's one school code, and I have it. Maybe we can send it out.
I just know from my children's pictures, so they'll give you a code, so you have to put it here 60 at this code, and then they'll be able to find it. Oh, so that's usually how these systems work.
Yep.
And even if you take pictures, I keep sending emails. saying,
Yeah.
I'll try this background, this, but you know, so I still get, the fingers that, so then maybe step up here.
No, it is. If you are in the, you're in the parent WhatsApp group. When Phil asked the question the other day and I sent a picture of the form, it's on there, but we'll send it again with the code, and then we'll send it to you all to send on remind too. And then, there was a question about when Mr. Juilliard is returning. Is there a?
He needs to be 60, it's on the second baby. So we put in for parental leave. And
So
then
Mr. Juilliard's on parental leave. He just had his second baby. Yay. So 6 weeks.
for. Yeah,
Okay. So about 6 weeks.
6 weeks for dads.
Okay. No, I know. When when I had Ellis, there's no leave. I had to save my sick days. Okay. Yes. All right. If there's nothing else, thank you so much. Again, join the grant writing team. Even if you don't think you're a great writer, it's okay. A first draft is all we need, and then I can fancy it up. All right. Thank you everyone for joining online. Have a great day.